If you told someone you were hoping for people to lose their jobs, they aren't likely going to react well. But what if I told you that that's exactly what's needed to start to bring down the cost of everything? Well, my name is Nicole Rueth, Senior Vice President of the Rueth team with OneTrust Home Loans. And before we get started with today's video, if you enjoy our content, give this video a like, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. Everyone has opinions on where our market is headed, and no one can know with 100% certainty. But as a veteran in the mortgage industry for over 21 years, having worked through the crash of 2008, I'd like to share my opinion. I know a few things because I've been through a few things. So let's dive in. When you have an overheated economy, much like the one that we've had for the last several years, you have an intense demand on a limited supply, which we saw that come to fruition with the supply chain issues that we experienced during the pandemic. A recession is a sustained period of weak or negative growth in real GDP that's accompanied by a significant rise in unemployment rate. Well, that sounds like a very technical definition. Over the last several years, we had an incessant demand fueled by high liquidity against limited supply. It increased the cost of everything. A recession is needed right now to rebalance supply and demand, to bring back the price of everything back to earth. But that requires unemployment. It requires a reduction of GDP, which ultimately boils down to consumer spending. So let's talk about some of the leading indicators into this recession, because it can help us identify when we're there. So we're looking, number one, at consumer spending. Right now, consumer spending is still strong. Americans love to buy things, but consumer spending is 70% of the GDP. So when it finally goes or softens, we will see that gross domestic product, that GDP number, come down. Other things that we're going to be looking at are things like manufacturing slowing, shipping slowing, that GDP number falling. We're looking for wages to be flat or even decreasing, which will then also lead to unemployment. So why is unemployment really the key indicator in that? Because right now, there's an extremely high, almost 11 million job openings. So even with job loss, we're seeing those same people recover quickly. So without unemployment, people will continue to spend. And with spending and consumer spending, the GDP will continue to be strong. Labor is key. People need to get laid off so that people stop spending. Therefore, demand will slow down, supply will catch up. Prices will then be able to fall while the economy slows. When recessions come and inflation does drop, those lower prices allow for lower bond yields. Bond yields are fixed asset income products, and they're the arch enemy of bonds is inflation. So when you see inflation drop, it allows for bond yields to drop. Why do you care? Because mortgage bonds are part of those bond yield equations. When bond yields drop, so goes the 30-year fixed. And when the 30-year fix comes down, the housing market demand will return. The largest age group today is 31 years old. The bracket around the 31-year-old are looking to purchase their first home and their first move-up home. That demand has been sitting on the sidelines for the last several years because they couldn't afford to get in, and then the last short period because they were too afraid. When those interest rates drop, that demand will spark, lifting home prices back up, supporting the equity that we have in our homes and the wealth we're able to build through real estate. If you'd like to review your household equity today and the opportunities in a changing market, comment down below or DM me. I'd love to set up some time to talk it through.